Hi everyone, this is Aman Kumar. Welcome to all of you at Brain Academy. In today's lecture, we are going to learn our next chapter, that is Arithmetic Progression. Okay, so now let's start this lecture. Well, first we see what is an AP. So AP is what? AP is a sequence in which each term is obtained by adding a fixed number to the previous term. Then we say this sequence is an AP. Now look, suppose I have a sequence that is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, so on. Now look this sequence. I have sequence 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Now look, this is 2, now this is 4. How I obtain 4? I add 2. I add 2 in this 2. I add 2 in this 2, then I get 4. Now how I obtain 6? I add again 2 in this 4, then I obtain 6. And how I obtain 8? I again add 2 in 6, then I obtain 8. Now how I obtain 10? I again add 2 in 8, then I obtain 10. Now look, for obtaining 4 I add 2. Okay, now for obtaining 6 I again add 2. Now for 8 I again add 2, and now for 10 I again add 2. Now look, definition: a sequence in which each term is obtained by adding a fixed number. This is a sequence, and I add a fixed number, that is 2 in each term. Then this sequence is called AP. Okay, then this sequence is called AP, or arithmetic progression. Understood? Let's take one more example. Suppose I have a sequence that is 3, 9, 12, 15, 18, and so on. Okay, now look, this is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Now this is 3, and for 6, how I obtain 6? I add 3 in this 3, then I obtain 6. Okay, now for 9 I again add this 3 in 6, then I obtain 9. Now for 12 I add 3 in 9, then I get 12. Now for 15 again I add 3 in this 12, then I get 15. Now for 18, what I do? I again add 3 in this 15, then I get 18. Now look here, for 6 I add 3, for 9 I add 3, for 12 again I add 3, for 15 again 3, and for 18 again I add 3. So look here, this is a sequence which is obtained by adding a fixed term. In this sequence, fixed term is 3. A fixed term to the previous term. For 6 I add 3 in previous term, that is 3. For 12 I add 3 in the previous term of 12, that is 9. Okay, so a sequence in which each term is obtained by adding a fixed number to the previous term, then this sequence is called AP. So now again this sequence is AP. Okay, now take one more example. And suppose I have a term sequence 4, 8, 12, 15, 19, and 22. Okay, now we have to check this is a AP or not. So here look, first term 4, now 8. How I obtain 8? I add 4 in this 4, then I get 8. Okay, now for 12 again I add 4 in this 8, then I get 12. Now 15, what I add? I add 3 in 12, then I get 15. Okay, now for 19 I add 4 in 15, then I get 19. Now for 22 I add 3 in 19, then I get 22. Now look, first I add 4, then again I add 4, then for obtaining 15 I add 3. Okay, and look the definition: a sequence in which each term is obtained by adding fixed number to the previous term. In this sequence, somewhere I add 4 and somewhere I add 3. Okay, then this sequence is not in AP. Why? Because I don't add a fixed number. Sometimes I add 4 and sometimes I add 3 for obtaining this sequence. So this is not an AP because this is not a fixed number. In these two I add a fixed number. For this case I add 2, and for this case I add 3, and this 3 is fixed. So these two are in AP and this one is not in AP. Okay, got it? Now look, this is a general form. General form of AP is A plus D, A plus 2D, A plus 3D, and A plus 4D, and so on. Now look, A means first term. A is the first term. Now look for this. In this AP, first term is 2. So I denote this 2 by A. Okay. Now what is D? D is this two. D means common difference. D is equals to common difference. Okay, D means common difference. Common difference is what? These two. The two which I add, the three which I add, this 2 and 3 are the common difference. So how I get common difference? Look, my AP is 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10, so on. Now for common difference, I subtract second term from first. Okay. Now for D is equals to what? 4 minus 2 is equals to 2. Okay. Again I subtract 4 from 6. So 6 minus 4 is equals to 2. 8 minus 6 is equals to 2. Now look, D is always same. D is always same, and this D is the fixed number, that is 2 in case of this AP. So I write 4 as 2 is A, that is first term. So 4 A plus D. Now for 6 A plus 2D. How 2D? Look, A plus 2D. A plus 2D. A is 2 plus 2 into D is 2. So calculate 2 plus 2 to the 4 is equal to 6. So for 6 A plus 2D. For 8 A plus 3D. For 10 A plus 4D. Okay, if I write here 12, then for 12 A plus 5D. Now this is the general form: A plus D, A plus 2D, A plus 3D, 4D and 5D and so on. This is the general form of AP. Okay, where A is what? I denote first term. We denote first term by A, and we denote common difference by D. Okay, we denote first term by A and we denote common difference by D. Understood? Let's revise it. First we see what is an AP. AP is what? A sequence in which each term is obtained by adding a fixed number to the previous term. Then this sequence is called AP. Okay, general form of AP is what? A plus D, A plus 2D, A plus 3D plus A plus 4D. Okay, this is the general form. Understood? A is what? A is the first term of AP. In this case, A is 2. In this case, A is 3. A means first term and first term is this. So A is 3. Now D. D is what? Common difference. Common difference means the fixed number which we add. So for this AP, D is what? 2. How we obtain D? We subtract second term from first term, third term from second term, fourth term from third term, then we get D. So here D, 4 minus 2, 2, 6 minus 4, 2, 8 minus 6, 2. Now for this AP, A is 3 and D is what? D means we have to subtract second from first, 6 minus 3, that is 3. D, you also subtract 9 minus 6, that is 3. Okay, again we subtract 12 minus 9, 12 minus 9, again 3. Also we do 15 minus 12, then again 3. So for this AP, A is 3 and D is 3. Understood? Let's practice some questions. Now look our first question. Question is what? Which of the following are in AP? If in AP, then write the first term and common difference. Look, we have 3 sequence and we have to identify which of them are in AP, or if any one of them are in AP, then we have to write the first term and the common difference. Okay, so now let's check for the first one. First sequence is what? 2, 4, 8 and 16. Now look, whenever we have to check that the term are in AP or not, then first we have to find the common difference. If the common difference is same for each term, then we say yes, this term is in AP. If common difference is not same, then we say this term is not in AP. Okay, now look for the first term. First term is what? 2, 4, 8 and 16. 2, 4, 8 and 16. So first we have to find common difference. So D is what? Here 4 minus 2, which is equals to 2. Now again D is 8 minus 4. So in this case 4. Again D is what? 16 minus 8 also. So 16 minus 8 is equals to 8. Now look, in this case D is different at each term. First case D is 2, then 4, then 8. Now if D is different, then this AP term, this sequence is not in AP. If D is different, now look at D is different, so therefore this is not in AP. Understood? Now let's check for the second one. Second series is what? Minus 1.2, minus 3.2, minus 5.2 and minus 7.2. Now look, again we have checked for the common difference, that is D. Now so D is what? minus 3.2 minus this term is minus 1.2. Okay, now look, this is minus 3.2. Now this minus become plus, so I write here plus 1 upon 2, sorry 1.2. Now plus minus minus, so we have to subtract 1.2 from 3.2. Now subtract this. 2 minus 2 is 0. 0.3 minus 1 is 2, and we use sign of minus. Why? Because the minus sign is greater, so d is here 2.0. Now again we have to check for d. Minus 5.2 minus 3.2, so minus 5.2 minus, and this is minus 3.2. Now again minus 5.2 minus is plus, so I write here plus 3.2. Now again plus minus, so 5.2 minus 3.2 is equals to again minus 2.0. Okay, now again check for d is what? Minus 7.2 minus 5.2, so minus 7.2 minus of minus 5.2. Now again minus 7.2 plus 5.2, which is equals to again minus 2.0 minus 2.0. So now look, in this sequence d is same, 2.0 minus 2.0 minus 2.0 and minus 2.0. So this sequence is in AP. So I write here yes, it is in AP. Why? Because common difference is same here, that is minus 2.0, minus 2.0 and minus 2.0. Now let's check third one. Okay, third series is what? 3 plus root 2, 3 plus 2 root 2, 3 plus 3 root 2. Okay, so again we have to find for common difference. So d is what? 3 plus root 2 minus 3. Now 3 plus root 2 minus 3, this minus 3 plus 3 is cancel out, then what we left? Only root 2. Okay, now again check for d. This time 3 plus 2 root 2 minus 3 plus root 2, so 3 plus 2 root 2 minus 3 plus root 2. Now look, this is 3 plus 2 root 2 and this minus, then this minus, if I open the bracket, then sign of 3 and plus root 2 is changed. So what is the sign? New sign is 3 plus 2 root 2, and this plus 3 become minus 3, and this plus root 2 become minus root 2. Now plus 3 minus 3 is cancel out. Now plus 2 root 2 minus root 2 is equals to again root 2. Understood? Now again d is what? 3 plus 3 root 2 minus 3 plus 2 root 2. Again we have to check, that is 3 plus 3 root 2 minus 3 plus 2 root 2. Now 3 plus 3 root 2, again this minus change the sign of 3 and 2 root 2, so this plus 3 become minus 3 and plus 2 root 2 become minus 2 root 2. Now again plus 3 minus 3 cancel out, this is plus 3 root 2 and this is minus 2 root 2, so plus minus minus, so 3 root 2 minus 2 root 2 is equals to root 2. Now look, in this case again d is root 2, d is root 2, d is root 2. So in this case d is again same, therefore yes, it is in AP. Why? Because for this series d is same, that's why this is an AP. For this series d is same, that is minus 2.0, so this is also in AP. Understood? Now for this series d is different, 2, 4 and 8, so this series is not in AP. Okay, now let's move towards our next question, that is the taxi fare after each kilometer, when the fare is rupees 15 for the first kilometer and rupees 8 for each additional kilometer. Now look, we have a sequence of taxi fare. Okay, and in this sequence we have to pay rupees 15 for first kilometer, and after this first kilometer we have to pay rupees 8 additional for each kilometer. Understood? Then we have to check that this sequence made is in AP or not. Now suppose I travel 5 kilometer by this taxi. Okay, then I have to pay rupees 15 for the first kilometer. So I travel first kilometer, then I have to pay rupees 15. So I have to pay rupees 15. Now for second kilometer I have to pay rupees 8 additional. I have to pay rupees 8 additional for next kilometer. So for second kilometer what amount I have to pay? That is 15 plus 8, that is equals to 23. So rupees 23. Now for third kilometer I travel 5 kilometers. So first kilometer rupees 15, that is fixed rate. Now for Next additional kilometer I have to pay rupees 8 more. So for first 15, for second 15 plus 8. Now for third kilometer, what amount I have to pay? 8 additional, that is 23 plus 8. That is 23 plus 8. Now this is equals to 23 plus 8 is equals to 31. Okay, I write here 23 and there 31. Now this is my fare for third kilometer. Now for fourth kilometer, again I have to pay rupees 8 additional. So for fourth kilometer, 31 plus 8, 31 plus 8, that is equals to 39. So this is 39. Now for fifth kilometer, that is last. For fifth kilometer, what amount I have to pay? Rupees 8 addition on 39. So 39 plus 8 is equals to 47. Now 47. So this is a series. This is a series of my taxi fare which I have to pay for traveling 5 kilometer on this taxi. For first kilometer I have to pay rupees 15. So I write here rupees 15. Now for second kilometer, rupees 8 additional for each kilometer. So for second kilometer I have to pay rupees 8 on 15. So that is 23. Now for third kilometer again rupees 8, that is 23 plus 8, which is 31. Now for fourth kilometer again I have to pay rupees 8 additional, so 31 plus 8, that is 39. So and for fifth kilometer again 39 plus 8, which is 47. Now what is an AP? AP is the sequence which is formed by adding a fixed number to the previous one or previous term. So look, my second term is 23. How 23 is obtained? I add 8 in previous term, that is 15. So I get 23. Third term is 31. How 31 is obtained? I add 8 in the second term, that is 23. So I get 31. Fourth term is 39. How 39 is obtained? I add 8 again in 31, that is in third term. So I obtain fourth term, that is 39. Fifth term is 47. Again I add 8 in fourth term, that is 39. Then I get 47. So look here, I add same number, same fixed number, 8, 8, 8 and 8. I add fixed number 8. So this sequence is in AP. So you write yes, it is in AP. Why? Because we add same fixed number, that is 8. Understood? Now let's move towards our next question. Question is what? Write the first four term of an AP was first term and common difference are given. Now look, we have AP's was first term, that is A, and common difference D is given, and we have to write first four term of this AP. So look, first look for this. A is 4, that is first term, and D is minus 3, that is common difference is minus 3. So we have to write first four term. So now look, remember the general form of AP. General form of AP is what? A plus D, A plus 2D, A plus 3D, A plus 4D, and so on. This is first term, this is second term, this is first term, second term, this one is third term, this one is fourth term, this one is fifth term, and so on, 6, 7, 8 term. Now look, we have to write first four term. The first term is A. So here, first term is equal to A, that is 4 is given. Okay, now second term is A plus D. So second term is equals to A plus D is equals to 4 plus minus 3 is equals to 4 minus 3, that is 1. Now third term is equals to, third is A plus 2D. So A plus 2D is equals to A is 4 plus 2D. So 2 into D is what? Minus 3. So minus 3, which is 4 plus minus minus 3 to the 6 is equals to minus 6 plus 4, that is minus 2. And fourth term. Fourth term is A plus fourth term, A plus 3D. A plus 3D is equals to A, that is 4 plus 3 into D is minus 3. So 4 plus minus minus 3 is a 9. So 9 minus 4 is what? 9 minus 4 is minus 5. Okay, so first term is 4, second term 1, third term minus 2, and fourth term is minus 5. So I write here first four term. First four term of this AP is, first is 4, second term is 1, third term is minus 2, and fourth term is minus 5. Understood? Now let's move to the next one. In this next AP, first term that is given minus 1, and second term is given, sorry, common difference, that is D, is given 1 upon 2, and we have to write first fourth term. So first term is, again first term is equals to a, that is minus 1. Second term is what? Second term is, look, second term a plus d. So here a plus d, which is a is minus 1 plus d is 1 upon 2. So add this one. LCM is 2. Okay, now this will become minus 2 plus 1, that is equals to minus 1 upon 2. This is the second term. Now for third term. Third term is what? Look, third term is a plus 2d. So here a plus 2d is equals to a is minus 1 plus 2d. 2 into d is 1 upon 2. 2 is cancelled. So minus 1 plus 1 is equals to 0. And fourth term, last. Fourth term is a plus 3d. So here a plus 3d is fourth term. A plus 3d is equals to a is minus 1 into 3d means 3 into 1 upon 2. So this will become minus 1 plus 3 upon 2. Now we have to take LCM. LCM is 2. LCM is 2. So here minus 2 plus 3, which is equals to 1 upon 2. So our first term is minus 1. Second term minus 1 upon 2. Third term 0. And fourth term is 1 upon 2. So we have to write first term minus 1. Second term minus 1 upon 2. Third term 0. Fourth term 1 upon 2. 1 upon 2. Okay. Now let's move towards our next topic, that is nth term of AP. So in nth term of AP we find any term of AP, either this term is fifth term, second term, 100 term, 1000 terms, 5000 terms, or any terms. Understood? So now the formula for this term, nth term, is an is equals to a plus n minus 1 into d. This is the formula for finding nth term of AP, where a is what? This a is first term, this d is common difference, okay, and this n is term, and this n is term, which we have to find. Okay, now let's see how this formula drives. So look, for first term of AP, that is a1, we write a. Okay, now for second term, what we write? A plus d or a plus 1d. Now for third term, what we write? A plus 2d. For fourth term, what we write? A plus 3d. Okay, now look, I write 1d as a plus 2 minus 1 into 2. I write 1 as 2 minus 1 into d, and similarly for 3, that is 2d, again I write 2d as 3 minus 1 into d, and similarly 3d, I write 3d as 4 minus 1 into d. Okay, now look, for second term, what I write? A plus 2 minus 1 into d. For third term, what I write? A plus 3 minus 1 into d. And for fourth term, what I write? A plus 4 minus 1 into d. So on similarly, or so on for 10th term, what I write? A plus 9d, it is equals to a plus 10 minus 1 into d. Okay, for fourth term, a plus 3d, that is equals to a plus 4 minus 1 into d. So similarly for 10th term, a plus 9d, that is equals to a plus 10 minus 1 into d. Okay, now similarly for 1000 terms, what I write? A plus 999 999d, that is equals to a plus 1000 minus 1 into d. Okay, now similarly for nth term, that is a plus 1000 minus 1. So nth term n minus 1 into d. So this is the formula. A nth term is equals to a plus n minus 1 into d. Okay, let's see it again. What is the meaning of nth term? Nth term means we have to find any term of AP. Either this term is first term, third term, fifth term, 1000 terms, or any term. Okay, so the formula for this is an is equals to a plus n minus 1 into d, where a is first term, d is common difference, and n is the term which we have to find. Now look how we get this formula. So for first term of AP, we write a. Okay, now for second term, what we write? A plus 1d. For third term, what we write? A plus 2d. For fourth term, what we write? A plus 3d. Now look, I write 1d as 2 minus 1, 2 minus 1 is D, 2s 3 minus 1, 3s 4 minus 1. Now look, second term a plus 1d, I write a plus 2 minus 1. Okay, now for third term a3, so I write 3 minus 1 into d. For fourth term what I write, 4 minus 1 into d. So similarly for 10th term what I write, a plus 9d, and this 90 is a plus 10 minus 1 into d. So similarly for 1000 term what I write, a plus 999d, that is a plus 1000 minus 1 into d. So similarly for nth term, for nth term, a plus, here for second term 2 minus 1, for third term 3 minus 1, fourth term 4 minus 1, 10th term 10 minus 1, 1000 term 1000 minus 1. So for n term n minus 1 and d. So nth term is an is equals to a plus n minus 1 into d. Got it? Now let's practice some question. So our first question is, find the 30th term of the AP. Find the 30th term of the AP, and AP is what? 1074. Okay. So first, what is the formula for n term? An is equals to a plus n minus 1 into d. This is the formula. Now this formula we have a. So from this AP, a is first term, that is 10, and d is common difference, which is 7 minus 10 or 4 minus 7. So I write 7 minus 10 is equals to minus 3. So we have a 10, d is minus 3, and n also. N means which term? Here n means which term we have to find. So we have to find 30th term. So here n is what? 30. Okay. Now look, what is the formula? An is equals to a plus n minus 1 into d. Now put the values. A is 10 here, plus n is 30 here, 30 minus 1, and d is minus 3. Now calculate this. This 10 plus 30 minus 1 is 29 into minus 3. Okay. Now 10 plus minus minus. Now multiply this. 9 3 is 27. 3 is 6. 7 8. Now it is 7 minus 10. 10 minus 87 is minus of 27. So a 30 means 30 term of AP is minus 77. Understood? Let's see one more time. We have an AP that is 10, 7 and 4. We have to find the 30 term of this AP. So formula is an is equals to a plus n minus 1 into d. A is first term, so I write a is first term 10. D is common difference, that is 7 minus 10 is equals to minus 3, and n is the term which we have to find. N is what? N is the term which we have to find. So in this case we have to find 30th term. So I write n is equals to 30. Now what is the formula? A is equals to a plus n minus 1 into d. Okay, this is plus. Now look, a is 10, n is 30, d is minus 3. So I calculate this, then I get a 30 is equal to minus 77. Got it? Now let's move towards next question. Question is what? Which term of AP 3, 8, 13 and 18 is 78? Now we have an AP that is 3, 8, 13 and 18, and we have to check that 78 is the which term of this AP. Got it? So now first I write what is given. So we have given AP 3, 8, 13 and 18. So from this AP we have first term, that is 3, and again we have common difference, that is 8 minus 3 is equals to 5, and we have to check 78. This 78 is our nth term. This is our nth term. Okay, that is 78. Now we have to find which term is 78. So we have to find this n. Our nth term an is 78, and we have to find this n. Which term of AP is 78. So now look, what is the formula? An is equals to a plus n minus 1 into d. Now in this formula what we have? We have an, that is 78. We have a, that is 3. We have d also, but we don't have n. So I write here n minus 1, and d is 5. Okay, now calculate this, then from here we get n. So now look, this 78 is equals to 3 plus 5 into n, 5n minus 5. Now from here 5n is equals to what? 78. This 5 goes to that side, plus 5, and this is minus 3. Okay, so now from here 5n is equals to what? 78 minus 3. 78 minus 3 is what? 75 plus 5. Then from here n is equals to 75 plus 5 is 80 upon 5. Now 16 5s are 80. So from here n is 16. Now n is 16, which means this 78 is the 16th term. So I write here 78 is the 16th term of this AP. Got it? Let's see one more time. What we have? We have an AP, that is 3, 8, 13 and 18, and we have to check that 78 is the which term of this AP. So from this AP I have A, that is 3, D, that is 8 minus 3, which is 5, and AN. This 78 is the our nth term, that is 78. Now what is the formula? AN is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. So now we have AN. I write here AN, that is 78. We have A, that is 3. I write here 3, and what we don't have n, so I write here n. We have to find. Now D is what? 5. After putting the value, I calculate this, then I get n is equal to 16. So from here I write that is 78 is the 16th term of this AP. Got it? Now let's move towards our next question. Question is what? Check whether minus 150 is the term of the AP or not. So now look, we have an AP, that is 11, 8, 5, 2 and so on, and we have to check that this minus 150 is the term of this AP or not. Now look, again we use the formula of an term, that is AN plus AN is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. Now if I get the value of n in whole number, then I say yes, 150 minus 150 is the term of this AP. If I get the value of n in decimal or fraction, then I said no, this minus 150 is not the term of this AP. Okay, now see how we do it. Now our AP is this. So from AP I write A, that is 11, and D, that is 8 minus 11, which is equal to minus of 3, and our nth term is given, that is 150. Okay, so formula for nth term is AN is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. Now AN is minus 150, again minus 150. A is 11, so I put here 11 plus n minus 1. D is minus 3. Now after solving this, if I get the value of n in a whole number, then I said yes, this is the term of AP. Understood? Now solve this. Minus 150 is equals to 11 plus 11, this minus 3 plus minus 3 and minus minus is plus, so this is 3. Okay, now calculate this one. Minus 3n, when this minus 3n goes this side, then this will become 3n is equals to 11 plus 3 is 14. Okay, 11 plus 3 is 14, and this minus 150 goes this side and become plus 150. Now from here n is equals to what? 150 plus 14, which is equal to 4, 6, 164 upon 3. Now cancel this. 3 5 is 15, 1 or 4. 3 5 is 15, 1 or 4. 3 4 is 12. Okay, then we get what? 3 4 is 12. Point 200. 3 6 is 18. Again 3 6 is 18. So we get what? N is equal to 54.666. Okay. Now n is in decimal, 54.66. Therefore minus 150 is not a term of this AP. Why? Because we get the value of n is 54.66. Understood? Let's see one more time. We have an AP, this 11, 8, 5, 2 and so on, and we have one term, that is 150, minus 150, and we have to check that this minus 150 is the term of this AP or not. So I use this formula of AN term, that is A plus n minus 1 into D. Now I put the value AN minus 150, A is 11, D is minus 3, and I calculate this. So after calculating this, I get the value of n is 54.66. If n is the whole number, if I get the value of whole number, then we say that yes, this is the term. When we get decimal value or fraction value, then we say no, minus 150 is not a term of this AP. Why? Because term is not in fraction. Term is either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so on. Term is always in whole number. First term, second term, third term, fourth term, fifth term. Term is not in decimal. That 54.66 term, 54.78 term. Understood? That's why this minus 150 is not a term of this AP. Got it? Now let's move towards our next question. Question is what? Find the 31st term of an AP whose 11th term is 38 and 16th term is 73 here, not 78. 16th term is 73. Okay, now look, we have an AAP, whose 11th term is given, that is 38, and 16th term is given, that is 73. Then we have to find the 31st term of this AP. Understood? Now look here. First, I write what is given. So it is given 11th term, that is 38. So A11 is given, that is 38. Now A11 is what? A plus n minus 1 into d, then 11 minus 1 into d is equals to 38. Okay, now solve this. Then a plus 11 minus 1 is 10d is equals to 38. This is my equation first. Now second thing is given 16th term, which is 73. So now write this. A 16 is 73. So a 16 is what? A plus 16 minus 1 into d is equal to 73. Now a plus 16 minus 1 is 15, d is equal to 73. Now this is my equation second. Now subtract equation first from equation second. So I here write 2 minus 1, equation 2 minus 1. Equation 2 is a plus 15d is equal to 73. So a plus 15d is equal to 73. This is my equation second. And first is a plus 10d is equal to 38. So a plus 10d is equal to 38. Now for subtraction, first we change the sign. Then a is cancelled. 15 minus 10 is 5d is equal to 73 minus 38 is 35. Then from here d is what? 38 upon 5 is equal to 7. Then from here d is 7. Now we have d, that is 7. Now I put this value of d in equation first or 2. So I put d is equal to 7 in equation first. Now equation first is a plus 10d is equal to 38. So equation first is a plus 10d is equal to 38. Now put the value of d. Then a plus 10 into d is 7 is equal to 38. Now from here a is what? 38 minus 70. Then a is minus 32. If you subtract 38 from 70, then we get a is equal to minus 32. Now we have both a and d, and we have to find 31st term, and we have both a and d. So I use the formula of nth term is what? A n is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. Now we have to find which term? 31st term. So a 31st is equal to what? A plus 31 minus 1 into d. So now look, a is what? Minus 32. So I write here minus 32 plus 31 minus 1 is 30 into d is 7. D is 7. Now calculate this one. Minus 32 plus 210. Okay, so from here a31 is plus minus minus, and sign is plus. Okay, now 10 minus 2 is 8. Then again 10 minus 3 is 7. So a31st is 178. So our 31st term of this AP is 178. Understood? Let's see one more time. What we have? We have an AP whose 11th term is given, that is 38, and 60th term is also given, that is 73. Then we have to find the 31st term of this AP. So first what I did? First I do A11, that is 11th term is 38. Then I write A plus 11 minus 1 into D. From here I get my equation first, that is A plus 10 minus 1 D is equal to A plus 10 D is equal to 38. Now second thing is given, that is 16th term, which is 73. So from here I get my second equation, that is a plus 15d is equal to 73. Now I subtract equation first from second. Then I get d, which is 7. Now I put this d in equation first. Then I get a, that is minus of 32. Now I have both d and a, and then I use the formula of n term, that is a plus n minus 1 into d, for finding 31st term. So a31 is a plus 31 minus 1 into d. A is minus 32. 31 minus 1 is 30 into d is 7. Now I calculate this, then I get a31, that is 31st term is 178. Okay, now let's move towards our next question. Question is what? The 17th term of an AP exceeds its 10th term by 7. Then find the common difference. Look, we have an AP whose 17th term exceeds 10th term by 7, which means the 17th term of this AP is greater than 10th term by 7. Then we have to find the common difference. So first I write 17 terms. So an is what? A plus n minus 1 into d. So a17 is what? A plus 70 minus 1 into d. So from here A17 is A plus 16D. Okay, this is my question first. Now, 10 term means A10 is equal to what? A plus 10 minus 1 is D. So from here, 10th term is what? A plus 10 minus 1 is 9D. Okay, now this is my equation second. First is 70 term, which is A plus 16D. Second term, sorry, second equation, that is 10th term, which is A plus 9D. Okay, now read the question. 70 term of an AP exceed is 10 term by 7. So according to question, 70 term is greater than 10 term by 7. So if I subtract 10 terms from 17 term, then we get 7. So I write here A17 minus A10 is equal to 7 according to question. Now A17 is what? This A plus 16D. So in place of A17 I write A plus 16D minus A10 is what? A plus 9D. So in place of A10 I write A plus 9D, and this is equal to 7. Now calculate this one. A plus 16D. Now open the bracket. Then we have to change the sign. This minus become minus A plus 9D and minus this minus. Okay. So from here minus 9D is equal to 7. Okay. Now this A is cancelled. Then what we left only 16D minus 9D is equal to 7. Now 16D minus 9D, which means 7D is equal to 7. Now from here D is what? 7 upon 7, which is equal to 1. So from here D is 1. We have to find only common difference. So D is 1. Understood? Let's see one more time. Question is what? We have an AP, and this AP 17 term is greater than by 10 term by 7. Then we have to find the common difference of this AP. So first I write 17 term, which is A plus 17 minus 1 into D, which is equal to A plus 16D. Okay, this is my question first. Now it's given 10 term. So I write 10 term is A plus 10 minus 1 into D, which is equal to A plus 9D. This is my question second. Now read the question. Question said that 17 term of this AP is greater than, exceed its 10 term by 7. So A17 minus A10 is equal to 7. So A17 is this one, A plus 16D, A plus 16D, and A10 is A plus 9D is equal to 7. Now I open the bracket, then sign is changed, minus A minus 9D. A is cancelled. 16D minus 9D is equal to 7. So 7D is 7. So from here D is 7 upon 7, which is 1. So D is 1. Okay. Now let's move towards our next question. Question is what? Two APs have same common difference, and the difference between their 100 term is 100. Then we have to find what is the difference between their 1000 terms. Look, we have two APs whose common difference is same. We have two APs whose common difference is same, and the difference between their 100 term is given 100. Now we have to find the difference between their 1000 terms. Okay. So look, first we see our first AP. Okay. So for first AP, 100 term is what? A100 is equal to A plus 100 minus 1 into D. Okay. So this is A plus 90 and 1000 term is what? A plus 1000 minus 1 into D, that is A plus 990. Okay. Now let's find for the second AP. Now for second AP, again I look here A1. Okay. For first AP A1. Okay. This is A1. Now for second AP, 100 term is what? Again A plus 100 minus 1 into D. Now for second AP, I took this A2. So A2 plus 99D and A1000. That is 1000 term is what? A2 plus 1000 minus 1 into D, that is equals to A2 plus 990. Okay. D is common, that's why I take only D for both. Now for first AP, 100 term is A1 plus 99D, 1000 term is A1 plus 999D. For second AP, 100 term is what? A2 plus 99D, 1000 term is A2 plus 999D. Now what is given? Difference between their 100 term is 100. So difference between their 100 term. So this minus this is given, that is 100. So right here, according to question, According to question, this difference between 100 term of first AP and second AP is 100. So A1 plus 99D plus 99D minus A2 plus 99D is given 100. Okay, now solve this one. So here this is A1 plus 99D minus A2 minus 99D is equal to 100. Now this is plus 99D, this is minus 99D. So this one is cancelled out. So from here what we get? A1 minus A2 is equal to 100. Okay. A1 minus A2 is 100. Now we have to find difference between their 1000 term. So difference between their 1000 term is difference between 1000 term is what? 1000 term of first AP is this one, A1 plus 999D. 1000 term of second AP is A2 plus 999D. So difference between these two is A1 plus 999D minus A2 plus 999D. Okay, now subtract this one. So this is A1 plus 999D. This is minus. If I open a bracket, then plus A2 become minus A2, and this plus 999D become minus 999D. Now plus minus cancel out. Then what we left? A1 minus A2. We have left A1 minus A2, and A1 minus A2 is equal to 100. So difference between a 1000 term is also 100. Got it? Let's see one more time. What we have? We have two APs. Okay, which AP have common difference here. We have two APs, and the common difference of this AP is same, and the difference between their 100 term is given 100. We have to find the difference between their 1000 terms. So what I do? First I write for first AP 100 term, that is A1 plus 99D, and 1000 term is A1 plus 999D. Again I write for the second AP 100 term is A2 plus 99D, 1000 term is A2 plus 999D. Now read the question. Difference of 100 term is given 100. So according to question, 100 term of first AP, this one I write here A1 plus 99D, and for second AP A2 plus 99D, A2 plus 99D is given 100. Okay, then after calculating this, I get A1 minus A2 is equal to 100. Now question is asking for difference between their 1000 term. So difference between their 1000 term is, this is 1000 term of first AP, and this one is for second AP. So A1 plus 999D minus A2 plus 999D. So from this A1 plus 999D, this minus, change the sign of these two. So minus A2 minus 999D. Now this plus minus cancel out. So what we left? Only A1 plus A1 minus A2, and A1 minus A2 is what? 100. A1 minus A2 is 100. So A1 minus A2 is 100. Got it? Now let's move towards our next question. Question is what? For what value of n are the nth term of AP 63, 65, 67 and AP 3, 10, 7 are equal? Look, we have two APs. First AP is this, and second AP is this, and we have to find the value of n for which the nth term of these two APs are equal. Question said that nth term of these two APs are equal. Then find the value of n. So look, first we see our first AP. So for first AP, A is what? A is 63. So I write here A is 63, and D is what? 65 minus 63, which is equal to 2. Now then nth term of this first AP is An is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. So A is 63 plus n minus 1, D is 2. So from here 63 plus 2n minus 2. So from here what I get? 61 plus 2n. This is the nth term of first AP, 61 plus 2n. Now let's see for our second AP. So for second AP, A is what? This is second AP, A is 3. So A is 3. D is what? 10 minus 3, which is 7. Now nth term is A plus n minus 1 into D, nth term of this AP. So A is 3 plus n minus 1, D is 7. From here 3 plus 7n minus 7 is equals to 7 minus 3 is minus 4 plus 7n. Now this is the nth term of this second AP, minus 4 plus 7n. Now question said what? N term of these two AP are equal. N term of these two AP are equal. So according to question, N term is equal, which means this 61 plus 2n is equals to minus 4 plus 7n. So 61 plus 2n is equals to minus 4 plus 7n. Now calculate this one. Now look, 7n, this 2n goes this side and become minus 2n. Okay. Now this is 61. This minus 4 goes to this side and become plus 4. Now 7n minus 2n is 5n is equals to 61 plus 4 is 65. So from here n is what? 65 upon 5. 13. Then n is what? 13. So for 13 term, the n term of this AP are equals, which means the 13 term of these two APs are equal. Understood? Let's see one more time. We have two APs, 63, 65, 67 and 3, 10 and 7. Question is asking for which term of these two AP are equal. So look, for first AP I find n term, okay, that is 61 plus 2n. Now for second AP again I find n term, which is minus 4 plus 7n. Now question said n term of these two AP are equal, then find the value of n. That which term of this AP are equal. So according to question, these two are equal, these two are equal. Now after equaling this, I calculate this, then I get the value of n, that is 13. So 13 term of these two APs are equal. Got it? Now let's move towards next question. Next question is what? How many 3-digit number are divisible by 7? We have to find 3-digit number which is divisible by 7. How many 3-digit number? So first we see what is 3-digit number. 3-digit number starts from 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, so on up to 999. After 999, there is 1000, which is 1, 2, 3, 4-digit number. So 3-digit number start from 100 to 999. Now from this series 100 to 999, we have to find how many number are divisible by 7. So first we find first 3-digit number. So first we find from 100, which one is the first number which is divisible by 7. So 100 is not divisible by 7. We divide 100 by 7. So 7 1 7, we have left 3, 30, which is not divisible by 7. Okay. If I divide 103 by 7, so 7, 103, 7 1 7, 33. Again 33 is not divisible. Let's check 104. Okay. Then 7 1 7, 34. Again this is not divisible. Now check 105. 7 1 ja 7, 35, 7 5 35. So this is divisible, 105. So first number from 100 is 105, that is divisible by 7. So I write first number 105. Okay, 105 which is divisible by 7. Now after 105, which number is divisible by? It is 12. After 105, the number divisible by 7 is 12. Let's check it. Suppose let's check 110. 7 1 ja 7, 40, 7 5 35. Again this is not divisible. Let's check for 112. This is divisible. 7 1 ja 7, 42, 7 6 ja 42. So 112. Second number is 112. Third number is 112 plus 7, which is 119. Okay. These are the first, second, third number which is divisible by 7 from 100. Now let's see from last. Last number is 999. Let's see this is divisible or not. So 7 1 ja 7, 29, 7 4 ja 28, 109, 7 2 ja 14. We have remainder 5, which means this 999 which is not divisible by 7. Now if I subtract this 5 from 999, then we get one number which is divisible by 7. So 999 minus 5 is equals to 994. Okay, now this is divisible by 7. Let's check it. 7 1 ja 7, 29, 7 4 ja 28, 1 and 4, 7 2 ja 14. Okay, so last number which is divisible by 7 is 994. Okay, first 1 and 5, 1 and 12, 1 and 19 and so on is divisible by 7. Now look, this is in AP. 105, 112, 119, so on up to 994 are in AP. Okay. Now we have to find how many numbers are divisible by 7. This is AP, where first term is this 105 and last term is 994, which means this is our nth term, an term. So of this AP, A is what? 105. Now D is what? Common difference is 7. 102 minus 105, which is 7. And term is 994. Okay. An term is 994. Now find n. So an is 994. Formula for an is a plus n minus 1 into d is equals to 994. Now a is 105, 105 plus n minus 1, d is 7 is equals to 994. Now 105 plus 7 minus 7 is equals to 994. So from here 7 is equals to 994 minus 98. This 98 goes this side and become 98. Now 7 is equals to what? 994 minus 98, which is equals to 14 minus 8 is 6. 8 minus 9 is 9, and this is 896 upon 7. Now cancel it. 7 1 is 7, 1 or 9, 7 to the 14. Okay, 5 or 6, 7 is 56. So from here n is what? 128. Okay, now this n is 128. So number of 3 digits number which is divisible by 7 is 128. Let's see one more time. Question is asking for how many 3 digit number which is divisible by 7. So first I write 3 digit number which is 100, 101, 102, 103, so on up to 999. Now I check from 100, first number which is divisible by 7 is 105, then 112, then 119, and last number which is divisible by 7 is 994. Now this sequence is in AP. So I write first term A is 105, B is 112 minus 105, which is 7. Now 994, this is the last term, which is nth term is 994. Now I use the formula of nth term, which is a plus n minus 1 into d is 994. Now from here I put the value of a 105, d 7, and calculate this. Then I get n is 128, and this n is the number of 3 digits which is divisible by 7. Understood? Now let's move towards our next question. Question is what? Find the 20th term of the AP 3, 8, 13 up to 253 from last. We have an AP which is this 3, 8, 13 so on up to 253. We have to find 20th term of this AP from last. From last till now we find any term from first. Now this question we have to find any term from last. So first I add the AP which is given. So AP is given what? 3, 8, 13 so on up to 253. Okay, now for this AP A is 3, D is what? A is 3, D is 8 minus 3, 8 minus 3, which is 5. Okay, now for finding 20 term from last, I reverse this AP. Okay, I reverse this AP. So when reverse this AP, then reverse AP is 253 so on up to 13, 8 and 5. Okay, now we reverse this AP, then A is 253. Second term, for second term how I find 253 minus 8? For second term what I do? 253 minus 5, common difference 5, so 253 minus 5, then what is the second term? Then we have 248. Okay, similarly third term is 243 from last. Now this is equals to 13, 8, 3, 13, 8 and 3. Okay, this is my original AP. From this I find A, that is 3, D, 8 minus 3 is equal to 5. Now question is asking 20 term from last. That's why I reverse this AP. So reverse AP is 253, 248, 243 up to 13, 8 and 3. How I get 248? I subtract 5 from 253, then get 248. Again I subtract 5 from 248, then I get 243. Now this is our new AP, and we have to find 20 term of this AP. Okay, so for this AP, A is 253, D is 248, minus 253, which is equal to minus 5. Okay, now we have to find 20th term. So an is what? A plus n minus 1 into d. So a20 is what? A plus 20 minus 1 into d. Now a is 253. 253 plus 20 minus 1 means 19 into d is minus 5. Okay, now 253 plus minus minus 95 ja 95. Okay, now subtract this one. 13 minus 5 is 8. Okay, 4 minus 9, which is 14 minus 9 is 5, and this is 158. So our 20th term from last of this AP is 158. Understood? Let's see one more time. We have an AP which is 3, 8, 13 up to 253, and we have to find 20 term of this AP from last. So first I write this AP, and from this AP I find D, which is 5. Now I reverse this AP. Why? Because we have to find 20 term from last. Till now we use this formula for finding any term from first of AP, but in this question we have to find from last. That's why I reverse this AP. So when I reverse AP, I got 253, 248, 243, 13, 8 and 3. Now A is 253, D is 248 minus 253, which is minus 5. Now I use the formula and a term which is A plus n minus 1 into D. So A20 is what? A plus 20 minus 1 into D. A is 253, 20 minus 1 is 19, and D is minus 5. So I put minus 5. Now I calculate this, then I get A20, which is 20 term from last is 158. Okay. Let's move towards our next question. So question is what? Subha Roy started a work in 1995 at an annual salary of rupees 5,000 and received an increment of rupees 200 each year. Then in which year his salary becomes 7,000? Look, a person whose name is Subha Roy, he started work in a company in 1995 at a salary of 5,000 annual salary, and each year he received an increment of rupees 200. Then question is asking for in which year his salary will be 7,000. So look, first he started work in 1995, then salary is 5,000. Okay, in 1995 his salary is 5,000. Now in 1996, what is his salary? He received an increment of 200 each year. So in 1996 his salary is 5,000 plus 200, which is equal to 5,200. So in 1996 5,200. Now in 1997, what is his salary? Now his base salary is 5,200. Again he received an increment of 200. Then his salary become 5,400. Okay. Now this increment continues, and at some time, after some time, his salary becomes 7,000. Okay. At after some years, his salary become 7,000. Then question is asking at which year? At which year this salary is become 7,000? Okay. So now look, this is in AP. This is in AP. 5,000, 5,200, 5,400 up to 7,000. This series is in AP where A is 5,000, D is 200, D is 200. Okay, and another term, this is AN. Another term is given 7,000. Okay, so this is in AP where A is 5,000, D is 200, and another term is 7,000. So first we have to find N. Okay, so first we have to find N. So AN plus N minus 1 into D. This is equal to another term. So AN, A plus N minus N minus 1 is equal to D is AN. Now A is what? 5,000. So 5,000 plus N minus 1, D is 200 is equal to 7,000 another term. So from here we find N. So this is 5,000 plus 200 N minus 200 is equal to 7,000. Now from here 200 N is equal to 7,000. Now subtract 200 from this 5,000, then we get 4,800. Now this 4,800 goes this side and become minus of 4,800. Now from here N is what? Subtract this one, 0, 0. 10 minus 8 is 2 and is 7. 6 minus 4 is 2 upon 200. This cancels 0 0 and 11. So n is 11. And now this n is 11 year. So in 1995 his salary is 5,000. Now after 11 year his salary becomes 7,000. So after 11 year, which means after 11 year his salary became rupees 7,000. So after 11 year means year is he started work in 1995. So after 11 year, which means we have the plus 11. So 516, 9110, 9110, 112. At now in 2006, his salary is 7,000. Got it? Let's see one more time. There is a person who started work in 1995 at a company of in annual salary of rupees 5,000 and he received an increment of rupees 200 each year. Then question is asking at which year his salary become rupees 7,000. So first I write his starting salary, joining salary is 5,000 in 1995. Now his salary in 1996 is he receive an increment of rupees 200. So salary is 5,200. In 1997 again he received 200 increment. Base salary is this one. So his salary become 5,400. Now after some year his salary becomes 7,000. Now this series is in AP where A is 5,000, D is 200 and AN is 7,000. Okay. Now I use the formula of AN, which is A plus N minus 1 into D is equal to AN. A is 5,000, D is 200 is equal to 7,000. Now after calculating this I get N, which is 11. So after 11 years his salary becomes 7,000. So after 11 his salary becomes 7,000. And at which year? So he started at work in 1995. So after 11 years is 2006. So in 2006 his salary become 7,000. Okay. Now let's move towards our next topic, that is sum of first n terms of an AP. Look, suppose I have an AP that is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, so on. Okay. Now and I have to do the sum of this AP. Okay, I have to do the sum of this AP. Then what I do? Sum is equal to what? 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 plus 10 plus 12 plus 14 plus 16 plus up to so on. Now if I do like this, then I get difficulties for finding the sum of this AP. So there is a formula for finding first n terms of an AP. Formula is what? Sn is equal to n upon 2a plus n minus 1 into d. This is the formula for finding the sum of first n terms of an AP. Now where n is what? This n is number of terms up to which we have to find the sum of this AP. Suppose this is my AP and I have to find the sum up to 20 terms. Then in this formula I put in the place of n is 20 and I apply this formula. A is 2 and D is 2. So I am putting the values, then I get the sum of this AP up to 20 term. If n is 30, if question is asking find the sum of 30 term of this AP, then in place of n I put 30. Understood? Now split this formula. Okay, this is the formula. Sn is equal to n upon 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Now split this formula. So n upon 2, in place of 2a I get a plus a is 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Okay. Now look, this is n upon 2, a plus n minus 1 into d. This is what? A plus n minus 1 into d is nth term. Okay, a plus n minus 1 into d is nth term of AP. So Sn is what? N upon 2 a plus an. So from here I write Sn is equal to n upon 2 a, and in place of n I write L. L means last term of AP. Okay, in place of an I write L, and L is last term of AP. L is equal to last term of an AP. Okay, and A is what? First term of an AP. Got it? Let's see one more time. Suppose I have an AP, this 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 up to 12. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, so on. I have to find the sum of this AP. So what I do, in simple way, I add 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 plus 12 plus 14 plus 16 up to so on. Now, if I do like this, then I get some difficulties. So for this, in easy way, I have a formula, that is Sn is equal to n upon 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d, where n is what? The number of turn which we have to do the sum. Suppose in this AP we have n is equal to 30, which means we have to sum the terms of this AP up to 30 term. So I put n is 30. Now, this is a formula for finding sum. Now split this formula. In place of 2a, I add a plus a is 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Now this a plus n minus 1 into d is what? Nth term of AP. So formula is n upon 2 a plus an. Now in place of an, I write L. L is what? Last term of an AP. And a is first term of an AP. So we have two formulas for finding sum. First one is this, n upon 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. And second formula is n upon 2, a plus L. Got it? Let's practice some questions. Now our first question is what? Find the sum of the AP. AP is 2, 7, 12, so on to 10 terms. We have an AP which is 2, 7, 12 and so on. We have to find the sum of this AP up to 10 terms. Okay, we have to find the sum of this AP up to 10 terms. So our AP is this. From here I write A is what? 2. D is what? 7 minus 2, which is 5. We have to find sum up to 10 terms. Okay, n is 10 terms. Okay, now formula for sum is Sn is equal to n upon 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So Sn is up to 10 terms. So S10 is equal to 10 upon 2, 2 into a is 2 plus n minus 1, which means 10 minus 1. D is 5. So I write here 5. Now calculate this one. 2 5s are 10. So here is 5, 2 2s are 4. Okay. Now 10 minus 1 is 9 into 5. Now this is 5, 4 plus 45, 9 5 is 45. So it's equals to 5 into 45 plus 4 is 49. Now multiply this. 9 5s are 45. 5 4 is 20 and 24. So S10 is equals to what? 245. So the sum of first 10 term of this AP is 245. Got it? Now let's move towards our next question. Question is what? Again find the sum of an AP. AP is 34, 32, 30 up to 10. We have an AP this. We have to find the sum of this AP. Okay, which means we have to find 34 plus 32 plus 30 plus up to 10. This is the last term of AP. This is the first term of AP. This is the last term of AP. Okay, so we have to find the sum. Now here, what we have? We have A is 34. D is what? 32 minus 34, which is minus 2, and N. This is the last term. So last term is 10. Okay. Now we have to find the sum. We have two formulas. First is Sn is equals to n upon 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Second formula is Sn is equals to n upon 2, a plus L. L is last term. Okay. Now look, we have A 34. We also have L. And last term is 10, but we don't have n. So first we have to find n. Then I put the value of n in either this or this. Okay. We also have D. So first we have to find n. Now an is 10. So in place of an, what I write? A plus n minus 1 to d is equals to 10. So a is what? 34. 34 plus n minus 1. D is minus 2 is equals to 10. So now calculate this one. 34 minus 2 plus n is minus 2n minus minus plus 2 is equals to 10. Okay. So now from here n is what? This minus 2n goes this side. So become plus. Now this 10 goes this side. So 34 plus 2 is 36 minus 10 is equals to 2n. Now from here 2n is what? 26. Now n is what? 13 times, then n is 13. So from here I find n, which is 13. Now I put the value of n either in this formula or this formula. So I put in this formula. Okay. Now Sn is n upon 2 a plus L. Now n is 13. So S13 is equals to 13 upon 2 A plus L. A is 34. L is last term, which is 10. 34 plus 10. Now 13 upon 2 into 34 plus 10 is 44. Now this is cancelled by 2 up to 22 times. Now 13 into 22. 13 into 22. Now multiply this. 13 and 22. 13 to the 26. 26. 6, 8, 2. So S 13 is equals to 286. Got it? Let's see one more time. We have an AP. AP is what? This 34, 32, 30 up to 10. We have to find the sum of this AP. So we have to find sum at 34 plus 32 plus 30 plus 10. Okay. Now look, this AP we have A, which is 34. We also have D, which is 32 minus 34, which is minus 2. And AN is 10. This 10 is the last term of AP. So I get AN is equal to 10. Now, what is the formula for n? A plus n minus 1 into d is equal to 10. From this, I find n is 13. Now, n is 13. Now, we have two formulas for finding sum. First is this one, n upon 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Second is n upon 2, a plus l. L is last term. So, I use this formula. Okay. Now, I put the value of n, 13 in place of n. So, as 13 is equal to 13 upon 2 plus 34. A is 34, L is 10. So after calculating this, I get as 13 is equal to 286. Okay. Now let's move towards our next question. Question is what? In an AP, it is given A is 2, D is 8, and SN is 90. And we have to find n number of terms and AN, which is last term. Okay. So we have to find n and AN. It is given A is 2, D is 8, and SN is 90. So SN is 90 is given. So SN is 90. Now formula of SN is n upon 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d is equals to 90. So we don't have n, so this is n, and here 2a is given, that is 2 plus again n is not given, so n minus 1, d is given 8. Okay, this is here, and this 2 goes this side and multiply with 90 into 2. Now this is n, 2 plus 2 into 2 is 4. This is n minus 1 and 8. So 8 into n is plus 8n, and this is minus 8 is equals to 180. Okay. Now multiply this n into this. So from here we have 4n plus 8n square and minus 8n is equals to 180. Now this is 4n plus 8n square minus 8n is equals to 180. Okay. Now this is 8n square minus 8n plus 4n is minus 4n. This 180 goes this side and become minus 180 is equals to 0. Now we take 4 as common. Then we left 4 to the 8n square minus n minus 4 3 12, 4 4 16, 20, 4 5 20, 45 is equals to 0. Now from here, what I left, this 4 goes this side and becomes 0. So here 2n square minus n minus 45 is equal to 0. Now this is my quadratic equation. 2n square minus n minus 45 is equal to 0. Now solve this quadratic equation. Equation is 2n square minus n minus 45 minus n minus 45 is equal to 0. Okay. Now solve this one. 45 to the 90. Okay, 45 to the 90. So do the prime factorization of 90. This is 2, 45. This is 3, 3 by 3, 3 by 15. Again by 3, 5. Okay. 3 0 9, 5 by 10, which means 10 into 9 is equals to 90, and 10 minus 9 is equals to 1. Now, so we have minus n. So this is 2n square minus 10n plus 9n minus 45 is equal to 0. Now from these two I take 2n as common, then what we left, n minus 5. Now from this 9 is common, then we left n minus 5 is equal to 0. Okay, now n minus 5 is common, so n minus 5 and 2n plus 9 is equal to 0. Now from here we have two values of n. First is n minus 5 is equal to 0, which means n is 5. Okay, now here 2n plus 9 is equal to 0. So from here n is what? Minus 9 upon 5. Now we consider this value of n. Why? Because number of terms of an AP always in whole number, not in fraction. That's why we consider this value of n, that is 5. Now we have n, which is 5. Now we have to find an. So an is what? At here I find an. Okay, an is a plus n minus 1 into d. N is 5. So a 5 is equal to a. A is 2. So in place of a, I write 2 plus n minus 1, which is 5 minus 1. D is 8. So I write here 8. Now 2 plus 5 minus 1 is 4 into 8. Now 2 plus 8 4 is 32 is equal to 34. So a5 is 34. So I have n, which is 5, an, which is a5 is 34. Okay, let's see one more time. We have an AP in which a is given 2, d is given 8, and sn is given 90. And we have to find n and an, number of terms, and this an. Now, first I write sn is given 90. So, for the formula of sn is n upon 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d is equal to 90. Now, after solving this, I get a quadratic equation, which is 2n square minus n minus 45 is equal to 0. Now, I solve this quadratic equation by factorization, by splitting the middle term. Then I get two values of n. First is 5, second is minus 9 upon 5. Now I consider this value 5. Why? Because number of terms of an AP is always in whole number, and 5 is whole number. That's why I take this 5. Now n is 5. Now we have to find an. So an is a plus n minus 1 into d. So a5, n is 5. So a5 is equal to 2 plus a is 2, n is 5 minus 1, d is 8. Now after calculating this, I get a5 is 34. Okay. Now let's move towards next question. Again, we have given in an AP, an is 4, an is 4, d is 2, sn is given minus 14. Then we have to find n and a. We have to find n, number of terms, and a, that is first term. So what is given? An is given. So from an is 4, then an is what? A plus n minus 1 into d is given 4. Now calculate a is plus n minus 1. Again we have to find n. So n minus 1. D is given 2 is equal to 4. Now this is a plus 2n minus 2 is equal to 4. So from here a is equal to what? 4 plus 2 minus 2n. So from here a is 4 plus 2, 6 minus 2n. Okay, this is the value of a, which is 6 minus 2n. This is my equation first. Now again, what is given? Sn is also given, it is minus 14. Sn is given minus 14. So here Sn is equal to minus 14. Now Sn is what? N upon 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d is equal to minus of 14. This is given. Now put the values. We don't have n, so I write only n upon 2. Now 2a. Okay, first I write only 2a plus n minus 1. D is what? D is 2. So I write 2 is equal to minus 14. Now here n upon 2, 2a plus this is 2n minus 2 equals to this 2 goes this side and become minus 28. 14 into 2 is minus 28. Okay, this is only n. Now in place of a, put this 6 minus 2n. In place of a, we put 6 minus 2n. So 6 minus of 2n plus 2n minus 2 is equal to minus 28. Now this is n. 6 to the 12 plus minus 2n into 2n is 4n plus 2n minus 2 equals to minus of 28. Okay. Now this is n. Calculate this. Minus 4n plus 12. First plus 12 minus 12 is 10. Minus 4n plus 2n is minus 2n is equal to minus of 28. Now this n multiplied with this then become 10n minus 2n square. Now this minus 28 goes this side, become plus 28 equal to 0. Then we have a quadratic equation which is minus 2n square plus 10n plus 28 is equal to 0. Now take minus common, then we have 2n square minus of 10n minus of 28 is equal to 0. Okay. Now this is my quadratic equation. Now solve this. Equation is 2n square minus 10n plus minus 10n minus 28 is equal to 0. This is quadratic equation. Now solve this by factorization. 28 to the 16 to the 4 x 56. Okay. Now 2 the 4, 2 8 the 16, 2 and 2, 2 4 the 8, 2 7 the 14. Now 7 1. 2 to the 4 to the 8. Okay. 7 to the 14 and 2 to the 4. So we have 14 into 4 is equal to 56 and 14 minus 4 is equal to 10. Now we have pair 14 and 4. So we have 2n square minus 10n, which means minus 14n plus 4n minus 28 is equal to 0. Now from these two I take 2n common, then we have left n minus 7. Now from these two we take 4 common, then we have left n minus 7 is equal to 0. Now this is n minus 7 is common, so n minus 7 is equal to 0. So n minus 7 is common, and we have left 2n plus 4. 2n plus 4 is equal to 0. Now we have two values of n. First is n minus 7 is equal to 0. Second is 2n plus 4 is equal to 0. Now from here n is equal to 7, and from here n is equal to minus 4 upon 2, which is equal to minus 2. Now 1 n is 7 and n is minus 2. We consider this value of n 7. Why we consider this value of n 7? Because number of terms of an AP always in positive and in whole number, that is 7. This is whole number 2, but this is negative. That's why we don't consider this value. We consider this value of n, which is 7. Now we have n is 7. We have to find a. A is what? 6 minus 2n. So we put this value of n is equal to 7 in this equation 1. So now put n is equal to 7 in equation first. Equation first is 6 minus 2n. So a is equal to 6 minus 2n is equal to 6 minus 2 into 7. So from here a is 6 minus 14. So a is what? Minus of 8. Okay. A is minus of 8 and n is 7. Let's see one more time. We have an AP in which an is given 4, d is given 2, sn is given minus 14. We have to find a and n. So first an is 4. Then from an, what is the formula? A plus n minus 1 into d. From this I have an equation a is equal to 6 minus 2n, and I assume this is my first equation. Now again what is given? Sn is given, which is minus 14. Now Sn is minus 14. Formula of Sn is n upon 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d is equal to minus 14. Now put the values of all things, then I get a quadratic equation, which is 2n square minus 10s minus 28 is equal to 0. Now I solve this equation by factorization. Then from here I get two values of n. First is 7, second is minus 2. So I neglect minus 2, I consider 7. Why? Because number of terms of an AP does not in negative, only in positive. So n is positive, so n is 7. Now I put this value of n in equation first, which is 6 minus 2n. So a is 6 minus 2n. In place of n, I put 7 here. Now calculate. Then I have a is equal to minus 8. Okay. Now let's move towards our next question. Question is what? Find the sum of first 51 term of an AP. Both second and third term are 14 and 18 respectively. Now look, we have an AP in which we have given second and third term, not first term. In this AP we have given second and third term, which is 14 and 18. Then we have to find the sum of first 51 term. Okay. So first I write what is given. Second term is given, which is 14. Third term is given, which is 18. Now second and third term is given. So D is what? A3 minus A2, which is 18 minus 14, is equal to 4. Now D is 4. And now I have to find A. Look, D is again, D is 4. I also find D means A2 minus A1 is equal to 4. A2 is 14. minus a1 is 4. So a1 is what? This a1 goes this side. Then 14 minus 4 is equals to a1. So from here a1 is 10, which is our first term. Okay, our first term is 10. Now we have to find the sum of first 51 term. So Sn is what? N upon 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Now n, sum of first 51 term, which means S51 is equals to 51 upon 2, 2a. 2a is first term, which is 10 into 10 plus n minus 1, which means 51 minus 1 into d is 4. So I write here 4. Now calculate this one. So 51 upon 2, 10 to the 20. 51 minus 1 is 50 into 4. Now this is 51 upon 2, 20 plus 54 the 200. Okay, now this is 51 upon 2 into 200 plus 20 is 220. This is 110. Now we have 51 multiply with 110. Okay, now multiply 51, 11, 51, 51, 165. So S 51 is equal to what? 5610. 5610 is the sum of first 51 term of this AP. Was second and third term are 1480 respectively. Understood? Let's see one more time. We have an AP. Both second and third term is given 1480. Then we have to find the sum of first 51 term. So first I find first term. How? Second and third term is given. Then from second and third term I first find D, which is common difference 4. Now D is 4. D is also a2 minus a1. So from this I find a1, which is first term, that is 10. Now I have first term. Then I put in this formula n upon 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Then I get S51, which is 5610. Okay. Now let's move towards our next question. Question is what? If the sum of first 7th term of an AP is 49 and 17th term is 289, then we have to find the sum of first n terms. Okay. So now look, what is given? It is given that sum of 7th term is 49 and sum of 17th term is 289. So first I write what is given. It is given sum of first 7th term is 49. Formula for first n term is what? Sn is n upon 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. This is the formula. So sum of first 7 term. Then I use this formula in place of n. I write 7. So what is n upon 2, which is 7 upon 2, 2a plus n minus 1, which is 7 minus 1 into d is equals to 49. Now from here, this 7 by 2 goes this side. So what I left is here 2a plus 7 minus 1 is 6. D is equals to 49 multiplied with 2 upon 7. So 7 7 is 49. So our equation will become 2a plus 6d is equals to 7 to the 14. This is my equation number first. Okay. Now next, what is given? It is given that sum of first 17 term is 289. Again I write, it is given sum of 17 term is 289. And what is the formula for sum of 17 term? N upon 2. N upon 2, which means 17 upon 2, 2a plus n minus 1, which means 17 minus 1 into d is equals to 289. Now again this 17 by 2 goes this side, then it will become 2a plus this is 17 minus 1, 16, d is equals to 289 multiplied with 2 upon 17. Now 289 is the square of 17, so 17 into 17, 289. So from here 2a plus 16d is equals to 17 to the 34. Now this is my equation number second. This is first, this is second. Now next step, what I do, I subtract equation first from equation second. So equation 2 minus equation 1. Equation second is 2a plus 16d is equals to 34. 2a plus 16d is equals to 34. Equation first is 2a plus 6d is equals to 14. 2a plus 6d is equals to 14. Now subtract this one. Then 2a is cancelled. Now 16 minus 6 is 10d is equals to, this is 20. So from here d is equals to what? 2. From here d is 2. Now put this value of d in equation first or second, anyone. So I put this value of d in equation number first. Equation first is 2a plus 6d is equals to 14. Equation first is 2a plus 6d is equals to 14. So from here 2a plus 6 into 2 is equals to 14. So from here what is 2a is equals to 14 minus 12. So from here a is what? 2 upon 2, which is 1. So a is what? 1. Okay, now I have both a and d. A is 1, d is 2. But we don't have to find a and d, we have to find sum of first n terms. So let's find sum of first n term. Now sum of first n terms. Formula is what? Sn is equals to n upon 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. This is the formula, n minus 1. Now we have to find the sum of first n terms. So here n is n. So look here, n upon 2, this is 2a. 2, a is what? 1 plus n means n minus 1. D is what? D is 2. D is 2. Okay. Now calculate this. N upon 2 is n upon 2. 2 into 1 is 2. N minus 1 is n minus 1. And 2 into n is 2n. So plus 2n, and 2 multiplied with minus 1 become minus 2. Okay. Now this 2 is cancelled. Then what we left? N upon 2 into 2n. And this 2 is cancelled. Then we are only left n square, which is Sn. So Sn is equal to what? N square. Got it? Let's see one more time. We have an AP in which sum of first 7 term of this AP is given 49 and sum of first 17 term of this AP is given 289. Then we have to find the sum of first n terms of this AP. So first step what I do, I write the sum of first 7 term which is given 79. Then I use a formula of finding sum which is n upon 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So here n is 7. So I write 7 upon 2, 2a plus n minus 1, which means 7 minus 1 into d is equal to 49. Then after this I calculate, then I get my equation first, which is 2a plus 6d is equal to 14. Again I write second thing which is given as 17 is equal to 29. Sum of first 17 term is 29. Then again I use the formula n upon 2 plus 2a plus n minus 1 into d is equal to 29. Then after putting the values I calculate, then I get my equation number second, which is 2a plus 16d is equal to 34. Now third step, I subtract equation first from second. Equation second minus first. Then after doing this, I get the value of d, which is 2. Now I put this value of d is equal to 2 in equation first. Then I get our a, which is 1. Now I have a and d also, which is 1 and 2. Now question is asking for find the sum of first n terms. So sum of first n term is n upon 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So here n is n. First n terms, which means n is n. So n upon 2, 2. In place of a, I add 1 because a is 1 and now d is 2. So I add 2. Now calculate this one. Then I get n upon 2, 2, 2n minus 2. 2 is cancelled. Then what we left? Only 2n. So n upon 2 into 2n. 2 is cancelled. Then n into n is n square. So sum of first n term is n square. Okay. Now let's move towards our next question. Question is what? If the sum of first n terms of an AP is 4n minus n square, then question is asking for what is the first term, and this first term is given, that is S1. Then again question is asking for what is the sum of first two terms, what is the third term, and similarly find third term, fifth term, sorry 10th term and nth term. Now look, in this question we have an AP in which it is given that sum of first n term is 4n minus n square. Then after this question is asking for what is the first term, and this first term is also given, that is S1. Then after this question is asking for what is the sum of first two terms. Then after finding these first two terms, again question is asking that what is the second term. Then after this we have to find third term, 10th term and nth term. Okay. Now look, first I write what is given. It is given sum of first n term is 4n minus n square. So I write it. Sum of first n term is given 4n minus n square. Okay, now I assume this is my equation first. Now look, what is question asking? What is the first term? First term. So now first term is what? First term is A, and this first term is what is S1. What is the first term? That is S1. It is given first term is S1. So first term is equal to A, and this is A is equal to S1. Okay, now S1. Here 1 is in place of N. Sn is this, so S1, which means sum of first term. So if I put 1 in place of N in this equation first, then I get my equation, then I get my first term. So now put n is equal to 1 in equation first, then I get my first term. So this is 4n square minus n square, which means 4 into n minus n square, which means 1 square. So 4 minus 1. So my first term is what? A is equal to 3. Okay, this is my first term. Now next thing, what is the sum of first two terms? What is the sum of first two terms? Okay, now look, sum of first two terms. Now it is given Sn is 4n square minus n square. Sn, sum of first n term is given this one, 4n minus n square. So what is the sum of first two term? If I put 2 in place of n, then I get sum of first two terms. So again put n is equal to 2 in equation first, then we get sum of first two terms, which is S2 is equal to what? Equation first is 4n minus n square. So 4 in place of n I put 2 minus 2 square. So from here 4 to the 8 minus 4. So sum of first two term I get is 4. Okay. Now sum of first two term is 4. Next question asking for what is the second term. Now first term sum of first two term. Now question asking for second term. So now look. Suppose this AP has some term. First term is for second term. For second term. Now look, if this is an AP, then this is first term A1, A2 is second term, A3 is third term, and so on. Now look, S2 is 4, which means sum of first two term, which means A1 plus A2. If I write S2 is equal to 4, then what is the meaning of S2? Which means A1 plus A2 is equal to 4. Now A1 is what? 3. First term is 3. So from here, A2 is what? 4. This A1 goes this side and become minus this is, which means 4 minus 3. So from here, A2 is what? 1. Okay. Now I have A2, which is 1, second term. After this, we have to find third term, 10th term, and nth term. Now for nth term, we have to find D first. I have A1, A2. Then for nth term, first we have to find D. So now for D, now find D. So D is what? Common difference, which means A2 minus A1. So D is what? A2 minus A1. So from here A2 is 1 minus A1 is 3. So from here D is minus 2. Now I have D and A, first term and common difference. Then what is the nth term? So nth term, which means An is what? A plus n minus 1 into D. Now, so A is what? 3 plus n minus 1 into D. D is what? Minus 2. So here is minus 2. Now calculate this one. This is 3. This minus 2 plus n. Then this will become minus 2n. Now minus minus plus. This is 2. So from here, An is what? 5n minus, sorry, 5 minus 2n. So from here, An is 5 minus 2n. Now I find nth term. Now I have to find two more things, third term and 10th term. Nth term is this one. So if I put n is equal to 3, then I get third term, and if I put 10 in place of n, then I get my 10th term. So now let's find it. First third term, then 10th term. Now here third term. This is for third term. Now for third term, Let's assume this is equation number second. Now for third term, put n is equals to 3 in equation 2. So equation 2 is this. So a3 is what? I have to put 3 in place of n. So 5 minus 2 into n is 3. Now calculation, 5 minus 3 to the 6. So from here a3 is what? Minus 1. Now I have a3, and last thing, 10th term. So for 10th term, again I have to put 10 in place of n in equation second. So put n equals to 10 in equation second. So a n is equal to 5 minus 2n. So a 10 is equal to what? 5 minus 2 into 10. So from here 5 minus this is 20. So a10 is what? Minus of 15. Okay, let's see one more time. Question is what? We have an AP in which the sum of first n term of this AP is given 4n minus n squared. Now question is asking for what is the first term, and it is also given that first term is s1. Then after this question asking what is the sum of first two terms. Then after finding this, again question asking find the second term. Then after this find third term, 10th term, and last nth term. Now look, so first what I do, first I write what is given. It is given Sn is equal to 4n minus n square, and I assume this is my question first. Now after this I have to find first term. So for first term is a, and a is given s1. First term is a, and it is given that s1. So a is equal to s1. Now I put n is equal to 1 in equation first. Sn is this, and first term is s1, which means sum of first one term. So if I put 1 in place of n, then I get my first term. Now I put, then I get a is 3. Now after this I have to find sum of first two terms. Now look, this is the sum of first n term. Okay, if I put 2 in place of n, then I get sum of first two terms. So again I write put n is equal to 2 in equation first, then after putting 2 I get s2. Sum of first two term is 4. Now after this I have to find second term. Okay, now look, second term. If this is an AP, then it have A1, A2, A3, and so on. So S2 is 4. S2 means sum of first two terms, which means A1 plus A2 is equal to 4. Okay. Now A2 is equal to what? 4 minus this A1 goes this side and become minus, and A1 is 3. So I add 4 minus 3. So from here A2 is 1. Now I have first term, sum of first second term, and second term. Now after this I have to find third, 10th, and another term. So for these three, first we have to find D, which is common difference. So how I find D? D means A2 minus A1, 1 minus 3, which is minus 2. Now I have A first term and D common difference. Then from these two I find nth term. So nth term is what? An is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. So after calculating this, I get An is 5 minus 2n. Okay. Now I assume this is my question second. So from this I have to find third term. So I put 3 in place of n in equation 2. Then I get third term, which is minus 1. Again for 10th term I put 10 in place of n in equation 2. Then I get my 10th term, which is 15. So first term is 3. Sum of first two term is 4. Second term is 1. Third term is minus 1. 10th term is minus 15. And another term is 5 minus 2n. Okay. Now let's move towards our next question. Question is what? A sum of rupees 700 is to be used to give 7 cash prizes to a student of a school for its overall academic performance. Now, if each prize is rupees 20 less than its preceding prize, then what is the value of each prize? Now look, question is asking that there is a school in which 7 cash prizes is to be distributed among students for their overall academic performance, and the value of these 7 cash prizes is given rupees 700, and it is also given that each prize is rupees 20 less than the preceding prize. Okay, then we have to find the value of each prize. Now look, suppose the student which get first prize, then the value of first prize is a. Okay, then the student which got second prize, which is less than 20, a minus 20. Similarly, the student which got third prize, which is a minus 40, this is the second prize. Okay, then third prize is what? This is second prize. Okay, then third prize is 20 less than this, so a minus 20 minus 20, which is equals to a minus 40. So similarly, fourth prize is a minus 60. Okay, fifth prize is a minus 80. Sixth prize is what? A minus 100, and seventh prize is what? A minus 120. Okay, this is the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh prize. Okay, now look, these prizes are in AP, in which number of terms is 7. Why 7? Because we have 7 cash prizes: first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7. So this is N is 7, and is also given, SN is given, is 700. This cash prize is equal to 700. The value of this cash prize is 700. So here SN is 700. Now D is what here? D is minus 20. D is this 20 less than. So D is minus 20. Then we have to find the value of each cash prize. So we have to find the value of this A. Okay, we have to find this A. So now look, SN is 700. So from here, SN is what? N upon 2 into 2A plus N minus 1 into D. Now SN is 700 is equals to N minus 2, N by 2. N is what? 7. So here 7 by 2 into 2A plus N is what? 7 minus 1 into D is what? Minus 20. Okay, now this 7 by 2 goes this side, this 7 by 2 goes this side, then we have 2A plus 7 minus 1. 7 minus 1 is 6. 6 into minus 20. Okay, is equals to 700 into 2 upon 7. Now calculate this one. From here, this is going to cancel by 100 times. Now 2A, here 2A, 6 into 20. 6 into 20 is 120. And plus minus minus. So here 120 is equals to what? 100 into 2, which is 200. Okay. Now solve this one. So from here, 2A is equals to 200. This 120 goes this side and plus 120. Now from here, A is what? 200 plus 120, which is 320. So A is 320 upon 2. So this is 160. So A is 160. A is 160, which is first prize. First prize is 160. We have to find the value of each prize. Then first prize A is 160. So this is 160. Second prize 120. Sorry, second prize is A minus 20. So 60 minus 160 minus 20 is 140. 140. Third prize is A minus 40. A is 160. So 160 minus 40 is 120. Now fourth prize is 20 less than this. Then 120 minus 20 is 100. Okay. Fifth prize, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth prize is first prize, second prize, third prize, fourth prize. Fifth prize. Fifth prize is again less than 20, which means 100 minus 20 is 80. Sixth prize is less than 20, so 80 minus 20 is 60, and this last one is 40. Okay. Let's see one more time. There is a school in which 7 prizes to be distributed, and the value of these 7 prizes is rupees 700, and it is given that each prize is 20 less than its preceding prize. Okay, so we have to find the value of each prize. Now look, if first prize is A, then second prize is, according to question, 20 less than A minus 20. So third prize is A minus 40, A minus 60, A minus 80, A minus 100, and A minus 20. This is 7th prize. Now this series of prizes are in AP, in which N is 7, number of term is 7. Why? Because we have total 7 cash prize. So N is 7, and it is given the value of the sum of these prizes is rupees 700. So sum is, SN is 700. Okay. Now D is minus 20. D is here 20 less than, that is minus 20. Now what is the formula of SN? N upon 2, 2A plus N minus 1 into D. So SN is 700 is given. N is 7. So 7 upon 2 and 2A plus N minus 1, 7 minus 1. D is minus 20. Now after calculating this, I get my A, which is 160, and A is what? First prize. So first prize is 160, then second prize is 20 less than, this is 140, third is 20 less than 120, fourth is 20 less than 100, fifth is 20 less than, which is 80, then sixth is 80 minus 60, 20 less than, so this is 60. Now seventh one is again 20 less than, which is 40. Okay. Now let's move towards next question. Question is what? A spiral is made of successive semicircle. with center alternatively A and B, starting with center A of radius 0.5 centimeter, then 1 centimeter, then 1.5, and then 2 centimeter, as shown in figure. Then we have to find what is the length of a spiral made up of 13 consecutive semicircles. Now look, we have a spiral. Look, we have a spiral which is made of 13 semicircles, and the length of first semicircle is given 0.5 centimeter, second semicircle is given 1, third is 1.5, and fourth is 2.0. Then we have to find the length of a spiral which is required to make these 13 semicircles. Okay, so first we write what is given. Radius is given, so first I write radius of all semicircle which is given 0.5 centimeter, 1 centimeter, 1.5 centimeter, and 2.0 centimeter. This is given. Okay. Now look, this is first semicircle. So length of this semicircle is what? Length means perimeter, and perimeter of semicircle, which is circumference of semicircle, is pi r. Circumference of circle is 2 pi r. So circumference of semicircle is what? 2 pi r upon 2. Then therefore pi r. So now look, length. Length is what? Pi r. So I write here pi r1, pi r2, pi r3, pi r4. Okay, now pi r1. Okay, pi r1, which is pi r1 is 0.5 into 0.5. Pi r2, pi r2 is 1. So I write here 1. R3 is pi r3. R3 is 1.5. So 1.5, and pi r4 is 2.0 into 2.0. Now this will become, I write 1.5 as 1 upon 2, 0.5, 1 upon 2. So this is 1 upon 2 pi. Now this one is 1 pi. This one is 3 upon 2 pi. We write 1.5 as 3 upon 2, and this one is 2 pi. Okay. Now look, this length is in AP. This series of length are in AP. This series of length are in AP, in which A is 1 by 2 pi and D is A2 minus A1, which is pi minus 1 by 2 pi. Okay. So for here D is what? Again 1 upon 2 pi. Okay. A is half pi, D is also 1 by 2 pi. Now look how many semicircles we have. We have total 13 semicircles. So length is, this one is first, second, third, fourth. This is up to pi r 13. Okay. So we have total 13 semicircles, and we have to find the length of a spiral which is required to make this 13 semicircle. So which means we have to sum of all this. This is in AP, and we have to sum, which means we have to find Sn, which is n upon 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. We have to find this Sn, and where n is 13. Now look, we have A, B, and n is 13. Okay, now let's find the length of a spiral. Sn is equal to what? N upon 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Now put the values. N is 13. 2a is 1 upon 2 pi, which means pi by 2. N is what? 13 minus 1. D is what? Again half pi, which is pi by 2. Pi by 2. Okay, now 13 upon 2. This 2 and 2 cancel. So what we have it only pi. Now 13 minus 1 is 12. 13 minus 1 12. 12 into pi upon 2 is 6 pi. So here is plus 6 pi. Okay. Now from this 13 upon 2 into 6 pi plus pi is 7 pi. Now put the value of pi, which is 22 by 7. Now 13 upon 2 into 7 into 22 upon 7. Now this 7 cancel, and this 22 is cancelled by 2 11 times. Now we have only 13 into 11. Okay, now multiply this. Then we have 13, 13, 3, 4, 1, 143. So from here, s n is what? Sn or s 13 is what? 143. And this is 143 is centimeter. Why? Because radius is in centimeter. So length of a spiral is 143 centimeter. Understood? Let's see one more time. We have an spiral which is made up of 13 consecutive semicircle, and we have to find the length of a spiral which is required to make these 13 semicircles, and radius of first 4 semicircle is given, which is 0.5, 1.0, 1.5 and 2.0. So first I write what is given. I write radius is given, then I find length of these 4. So length of these 4 is pi r1, pi r2, pi r3, pi r4, and how many semicircle we have? We have 13 semicircles, so up to pi r13. Now the length of first is this pi into 0.5, second pi into 1, third pi into 1.5, fourth is pi into 2.0. I calculate this, then I find that this length, the series of this length is in AP, in which A is half pi, B is again half pi, and n is what? 13. N is number of terms and number of semicircles is 13. So I have A, B and n. And question is asking for length of semicircle. Length means sum of this length. Length means sum of this length, which means we have to find Sn, and the formula of Sn is n upon 2, 2a plus n minus 1 to d. So I put 13 in place of n, then I calculate this, then I get sum of 13 semicircle is 143 centimeters. So length of spiral required to make this 13 consecutive semicircle is 143 centimeter. Okay, now let's move towards our next question. Question is what? 200 logs are stacked in the following manner such that 20 logs in the bottom row, 19 in the next row, 18 in the next row, and so on. So in how many rows are the 200 logs are placed, and how many logs are in the top row? Now look, logs means there is a wooden stick. Logs means just like a wooden stick. So look, so in first row, which is at bottom row, in this row we place 20 logs. Okay, then row which is top of it, I placed how many? 19. So in this row we have 19. Now the row which is next to it, in this row we have 18 logs. Okay, and something like that we have a top row. Okay, so question is asking for how many logs are in this top row, and in how many rows are the 200 logs are placed. So we have to find first number of rows, then after number of rows we have to find how many logs in the first row or how many logs in the top row or first row. Okay, so now look, we have given 20 logs in the bottom row. Okay, this is in the form of AP, in which 20, then 19, then 18, and so on. Okay, then this is in AP, in which A is 20, B is 19 minus 20, which is minus 1. Okay, and 200, total 200 logs, which means we have given Sn is equals to 200. Now we have to find first n, then we have to find number of logs in the top row. So first let's find n. So Sn is 200. Sn is equals to 200. So Sn is what? Formula of Sn, n upon 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d is equals to 200. Okay, now n, these two go this side. So at here we have n and 2. A is what? 20 plus n minus 1. D is minus 1 equals to 200 into 2. This 2 goes this side. Now calculate this one. So from here n, this is 22 plus 40 minus 1, which means minus n, and this minus minus become plus 1 equals to 400. Okay, now calculate this one. So from here what I have, n into n is n square minus n square. Now 40 plus 1, 41, which is plus 41, and is equals to 400. Okay, write it here, 200 into 2. Now this minus n square goes this side and plus 41 also goes this side. So our equation will become n square minus 41 and plus 400 is equal to 0. Okay. Now we have to solve this quadratic equation by factorization. So factorize, we have to split the middle term. We have to split 41 in two terms. So for this, first I do prime factorization of 400. Then this is 200. This is 100. This is 50, 25, 5 and 5. Okay. So the 4 by 8, 5 by 10, 41. Okay. To the 4 to the 8, 5 the 40. No. 5 to the 10 to the 20 to the 4 to the 8. No. To the 4 to the 8 to the 4 to the 8 to the 16 into 2 to the 4 to the 8 to the 16 into 25. This is 400, and if you add 16 plus 25, then this is 651 and 41. So we have two terms. First is 16 and 25. Now split this. N square, we have to take minus 41, which means minus 16 and minus 25 and plus 400 is equal to 0. Now from here we take n common from these two, then what we left, n minus 16. Now from these two again I take 25 common, then we left n minus 16 is equal to 0. Now from here n minus 16 is common, n minus 16, then we left n minus 25 is equal to 0. Okay. So now from here we get two values of n. First is n is equal to 16. Second value is n minus 25 equal to 0. Then from here again n is equal to 25. Now we have two values of n. First is 16, first is 20, second is 25. Now we take both these two values here. From here we can't clear that either n is 16 or n is 25. That's why we take both these two values and calculate the logs in top row. Okay, from here we conclude that there are two possibility of number of rows. First is 16 and second is 25. But from these two, any one is correct, either 16 or 25. Now for identifying this, which one is correct, we have to find the logs in top row by using these two values. First, I find using n is equal to 16, then I find using n is equal to 25. So now, number of logs in top row. First, I found using n is equal to 16. So, an is what? N. An is what? A plus n minus 1 into d. So, a is 16 is equal to a is what? A is here 20. 20 plus n minus 1, which means 16 minus 1 into d is minus 1. D is minus 1. So, now calculate this one. So 20, 16 minus 1 is 15, and 15 into minus 1, which is minus 15. So A 16 is what? 5. Okay. Now again find A 16 using n is equals to 25. Then again A 25 is what? A plus which is 20 plus n minus 1, which means 25 minus 1 into d is minus 1. Okay. Now calculate this is. This is 20. 25 minus 1 is 24, and 24 into minus 1 is what? Minus 24. So from here A25 is what? Minus 4. Now look, this is a negative value. This A25 is negative value, that's why we don't consider it. We don't consider this value of A. So we consider this value of A, which is 5. Which is 5. This is our answer. And if we use n is equal to 16, then we get 5. So we neglect this value of n 25. We use this value of n only. It is 16. So we have total 16 number of rows, and the number of logs in top row is 5. Got it? Let's see one more time. We have total 200 logs which are stacked in a manner that 20 logs in the bottom row. In bottom row we place 20 logs, then the row which is next to this we place 19, then the row which is next to this row we place 18 logs, and so on. Then question is asking for how many rows we require. to place such 200 logs and how many logs are in the top row. Okay, so first I write what is given. This is given first row 20, 19, 18 and so on. Now this is in AP in which A is 20, D is -1 and SN is 200. Total number of logs is 200. So SN is given 200. Now from SN I use the formula SN is equal to 200 n upon 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d is equal to 200. By using this formula, I find the value of n and I get two values. First is 16, second is 25. Now from here, it is not clear which one is correct, 16 or 25. So I use these two values for finding a or for finding how many logs are in the top row. So first I use n is equal to 16, then I got a 16 is 5. Then I again use n equals to 25, then I get a 25 is -4. Now this is a negative number, that's why we neglect it. So I only use a16, it is 5, and this 5 comes when n is 16. So our total number of row is 16 and number of logs in the first row is 5. Okay, understood? Now our chapter arithmetic progression is over. If you found this video helpful, then like, share and subscribe to the channel. Okay, thank you.